What legal challenges faced WW2 war crimes trials? What legal challenges did the World War II war crimes trials encounter? This question takes us into the heart of a complex and significant moment in history. The trials, especially the Nuremberg Trials, were groundbreaking in many ways, but they were not without their hurdles. One major challenge was the issue of jurisdiction and authority. The Allied powers conducted these trials, which raised questions about whether it was fair for one group of victors to judge the defeated Axis leaders. Before the war, international law did not clearly define the legal authority to prosecute individuals for crimes like crimes against peace or crimes against humanity. This lack of established law led to debates about whether the tribunals had the right to prosecute these offenses. Another significant challenge was the concept of retroactivity, or ex post facto law. Many defendants were tried for actions that were not clearly defined as crimes under international law at the time they were committed. The principle of nullum crimen sine lege, which means no crime without law, came into play. Defendants argued that they were being judged under laws created after their actions, raising concerns about fairness and legality. The trials also had to establish definitions for complex charges. Crimes against peace involved planning and waging aggressive war, while war crimes referred to violations of the laws of war. Crimes against humanity focused on mass atrocities against civilians. These categories were new and required the tribunal to interpret and apply emerging international legal concepts. Fair trial standards were another area of contention. Defense lawyers criticized the trials for perceived biases and procedural issues. They claimed that the trials represented victors' justice, with limited opportunities to challenge evidence or call witnesses. While the tribunal allowed some defense leeway, the exclusion of evidence about Allied actions and the refusal to accept certain defenses were points of contention. The political context also influenced the trials. They occurred during the early stages of the Cold War, which complicated proceedings. Criticism of the Soviet Union was allowed to some extent, but the political motives behind the trials affected their legal integrity. The trials served both legal and political purposes, which complicated their legacy. Finally, the Nuremberg Trials set important precedents for international law. They were among the first to prosecute individuals, rather than just states, for international crimes. This pioneering role meant grappling with untested legal principles and creating frameworks like the Nuremberg Code for Medical Ethics. In summary, the legal challenges faced during the World War II war crimes trials included establishing jurisdiction, applying laws retroactively, defining new categories of crimes, ensuring fair trial standards amid political pressures, and setting foundational precedents for international justice. These challenges were crucial in the broader context of seeking accountability for unprecedented atrocities, shaping the future of international criminal law.